Welcome to SS1 Music. This lesson focuses on sight reading using the treble and bass clef, the ability to read and sing or play a piece of music you have never seen before. Sight reading is a core music skill assessed in WAEC music and is fundamental to all musical performance and ensemble participation. Music is written on a staff, a set of 5 horizontal lines and 4 spaces. Each line and each space represents a different pitch. The clef symbol at the beginning of the staff tells the performer which pitches the lines and spaces represent. The treble clef, also called the G clef, is used for higher-pitched instruments and voices, soprano, alto, violin, flute, oboe, trumpet, guitar, and the right hand of keyboard instruments. The treble clef symbol wraps around the second line from the bottom of the staff. That second line represents the note G above middle C, which is why it is called the G clef. The notes on the treble clef lines, from bottom to top, are E, G, B, D, F. A helpful mnemonic is, every good boy deserves food. The notes in the treble clef spaces, from bottom to top, spell face. The bass clef, also called the F clef, is used for lower-pitched instruments and voices, bass, tenor in bass clef, cello, double bass, tuba, bassoon, trombone, and the left hand of keyboard instruments. The bass clef symbol is a stylized letter F with 2 dots above and below the 4th line from the bottom. That 4th line represents the note F below middle C. The notes on the bass clef lines, from bottom to top, are G, B, D, F, A. A helpful mnemonic is, good boys deserve food always. The notes in the bass clef spaces from bottom to top are A, C, E, G, or cars eat gas. When music goes above or below the range of the 5-line staff, ledger lines are used. Ledger lines are short additional lines drawn above or below the main staff to accommodate extra notes. Middle C is the C nearest the middle of the piano keyboard, the 4th C from the left on a standard 88-key piano. In treble clef, middle C sits on the first ledger line below the staff. In bass clef, middle C sits on the first ledger line above the staff. This means that middle C appears in both clefs. It is the point where treble and bass clef meet, often shown together in grand staff notation for piano, with the treble clef above and the bass clef below. In grand staff piano music, the right hand typically reads the treble clef and the left hand the bass clef. Understanding how to read both clefs and to navigate between them is essential for keyboard players. Sight reading means reading and performing music at first sight without prior practice of that specific piece. Professional musicians and serious music students practice sight reading regularly as a skill in its own right. Strategies for effective sight reading include, first, scan the music before playing. Look at the key signature, time signature, any tempo markings, and identify the general range and character of the piece. Second, establish the key mentally. If you see 2 sharps, you know you are in D major. Identify the tonic and dominant notes. Third, keep a steady pulse. The most common sight reading error is stopping when you make a mistake. In a performance context, the music continues whether or not you played correctly. Keep going. Fourth, look ahead. Always read 1 to 2 beats ahead of where you are playing or singing. This preparation time prevents stumbling. Fifth, practice with a metronome at a slow, comfortable tempo. It is better to read accurately at a slow tempo than to rush and make errors. Sixth, identify patterns. Scales, arpeggios, and familiar rhythmic patterns appear frequently. Recognizing them immediately reduces cognitive load. For WAEC music oral examination, sight singing, singing a melody you have not heard or practiced, is a key assessed skill. The tonic sol fa system, using the syllables do re mi fa sol la ti do, helps singers internalize pitch relationships. Today we covered that music is written on a 5-line staff. The treble clef marks the second line as G, line spell E, G, B, D, F, every good boy deserves food, and spaces spell face. The bass clef marks the 4th line as F, line spell G, B, D, F, A, good boys deserve food always, and spaces spell A, C, E, G, or cars eat gas. Ledger lines extend the staff above and below. Middle C is on the first ledger line below treble clef and the first ledger line above bass clef. Sight reading strategies include scanning first, establishing the key, keeping a steady pulse, looking ahead, and practicing with a metronome. For your exercise, copy a 4-bar melody in both treble and bass clef from your textbook and write the letter name of each note below it.